What up? Welcome back. Got the dogs here. I just gave them some nice bones. I just gave them a birthday cake. It is their 6th birthday today, and I just wanted to bring another video. This will be the 3rd video of the day, 2nd Dave's Daily D video. Today I believe is 263 if I'm counting right, and just want to kind of get into this here. So about 4 years ago, me and the girls, Lucky and Leia, we moved back in, my mom and my sister. After my ex-fiance cheated on me, I let her stay, where she was at, and I moved out. So, going forward, it was a miserable time. I was unhappy. I felt trapped in a prison. I had a small bedroom. The girls and I didn't have a lot of space. Just led to a lot of unhappiness for myself. I know it was a lot of unhappiness for them. Obviously, they're happy to see me, happy with all the things I tried to do, taking them out, going on a trip to North Carolina, all that stuff. But, just tough, almost 4 years. So I moved out in December. But before then, lots of things going on. So I moved back. I switched jobs. I took a major pay cut. I left Whirlpool and I was working in a bowling alley. It wasn't, turning out the way that I'd hoped and the way that it was planned out. There was a lot of issues in the way. So I switched out, went over to, Honda, went over to Firelands Vending. I did that. I was still having major back issues. I've been dealing with back issues from 2013 to 2020. November 2020, I had back surgery. It got so bad, I suffered so much, my quality of life in 2020, that I just said, I'm done. I'm getting back surgery. So I had that fusion done. A week after that fusion, my son, Miracle, my son was born. I was not aware until late January that was possible, but the tough part about it was, it was a tough time. So going through the living situation, what the whole point of this is where you're coming from, and that anything can be a success story, that we can grow, that we can mature, we can get better, we can take all of this negative and all this terrible, and we can just make something beautiful, make something great. So, going into all my back issues, being miserable with my living situation, just being 29, going into 30 years old, whatnot, and living back with my mom and sister, it didn't feel right to me. It's not where I want to be. Everybody is where they're at for a reason. There is no cookie cutter. There is no book that says you need to be here, here at this time or day or an age. You run your own race, you run your own path, and you make your own life, and you don't put the blinders on. You don't look at anybody else, see what they got going on. But anywho, I was unhappy with my situation, and I was also afraid to get out of my situation. There was a lot of times that I could have got out, started renting, or maybe even go and buy something, and I didn't. But it was a struggle in the beginning, because taking a major pay cut from making 20 plus bucks an hour at Whirlpool to making 11 bucks an hour. I had to call the bank and get my car loan reworked. I had to just cut out a bunch of stuff and just try to survive the best I could, and then start paying stuff off as things got better. But I got into the insurance job. I've been there for, hey, share. Go to the other bone. I got into the insurance job. I've been there over 3 years now, and I got hired in as customer service. I was working at Firelands Vending, and I was dealing with major back issues. I got the call for interviews, didn't get the job first time around. They hired somebody else that was older for customer service. Hey, get your own bone. There, you switched, chew your own. So I got in there, they called me back and said, hey, you still interested in a job? And I said, absolutely. Got in there, got an office job that was going to be better on my back. Still suffered with having major issues. I was I couldn't stand just to stand here to have a conversation a couple years back. Couldn't do it. I'd have to be sitting down or laying down, and I was constantly in pain, a miserable pain in my back, into my butt, down my right leg, all the way down to my Achilles, and my toes would always be numb. It was constant issues. So doing with that from 2013 all the way up into late 2020. So I get that surgery. Finally, I'm gonna get some relief. On opioids, on pain pills, on muscle relaxers, trying to heal up from that surgery. Rushed back into work, struggling to do sales. I just jumped into sales that year. Almost lost my job. whole family got COVID. I got through it okay quickly for COVID for me, but COVID hospitalized and put my mother in the ICU. She was on a ventilator, and unfortunately she didn't make it through that. It was one of the toughest things I ever had to watch and witness. In doing so, found out while my mother was in the ICU when she wasn't conscious and I couldn't tell her. Wasn't really sure what to make of it. To say, hey, you have a grandson. My mother passed away, never got to meet her grandson. My son never got to meet. It kills me to this day that I didn't get to that was important. I was pretty much the only person that was going to be able to bring a grandson to my parents, and my mother missed out on it, unfortunately. But I try not to, dwell on the negatives, but I had that going on. Mother passed away from COVID, but the miracle, my son. You lose a life, I gained a life, got my son. Still going through all that stuff, but I bundled down through some tough conversations, and I decided it's time to put your head down and figure out you're either going to have to move on from what you're doing, or you're going to have to buckle down and try to be the best you can be. And I buckled down, and I've had one hell of a year, and where I'm at now. So December 11th, 2021, I moved out into this house that I'm renting. Very thankful for the opportunity that I was given. Working hard, primary personal line sales in the insurance agency I work for, and coming onto the best month that I've ever had in sales. An amazing month. Our agency is flourishing, and it just feels so good to feel success, to be in the gym working out. If I look at photos and videos of myself in 2017, 2018, to look at just how different I looked and just how much hard work that I put into the gym, even while I was going through the major back issues I was going through, for me to see the transformation in my body type. Obviously, there's things I still want to work on with slimming the stomach. I always want to keep growing, and that's what the pendant on my necklace is. It's a weight plate, and it's a constant reminder. Going to the gym every single day, it's a constant reminder. It's a constant growth, a constant chase to be better. And that is a reminder to me to every single day. I have the tattoo on my back, on my shoulders. Can't really see it, but if you can see it, Carpe Diem. That Carpe Diem is seize the day. And every single day I wake up thankful, and every single day I try to go to the gym, and I bust my butt to be better than I was in the last workout of that muscle group. Every day that I wake up, I try to be better than the day before. Better as a man, better as a father, better as an owner of dogs, better as a employee, better as a sibling, as a son, just better in any way that I can. How can I be better? How can I make a positive difference in this world? How can I make somebody's day better? How can I make them smile? How can I save a life? I make these videos every single, not every single day. I try to make them as often as possible because I want to make a difference. I want to leave this world better than what I